My channel. The last video we have covered nested if statements. So actually we are in types of control statements, and the last previous videos we have covered the simple if along with example and else if and then nested if. Now we'll just work it out with if else if later. Okay. So here if else if later, you know that how to use simple if, right? The same case. So here in if else we have to start always with an if statement only. That is the case. Okay. So here we'll see like how the if else if later is different from nested if. So in nested if we'll be having an if else. So I'll just show that. So here is a nested if. Okay, so in this case what happens now, we'll be giving a if else conditions inside the one more if, okay, which means that this is a condition which is having a outer if statement. So these are the inner if statement. Okay, so this is completely dependent on the outer condition. The outer condition, if it is true only, this inner if condition will execute. Okay, if the condition 1 is fail, surely it just go to the else part. This body of the particular this thing will not be executed. Okay, so what happens in the nested if? So in the else if later, what happens now, we can just go in a deeper of conditions. So where we can just give several conditions and it can execute the several conditions in a sequential way. That is the if else if later. So we can have multiple conditions. So you can see here, under if condition we'll have a body. So this statement execute only when your condition of this if is true. Okay, if this condition is fail, then we can just have any other conditions, so that I can just check one more condition on that, because this particular thing will be, this particular condition will be like checking with the condition whether it is true or false. Okay, so it can be like working with the true with the other conditions also. So here this particular part, the syntax is like checking these several conditions in a sequential way. So first sequential means that one after the other. Just check this condition. If it is true, then execute this. Okay, if it is false, then check for the other condition. Again we have again one more else if, again one more else if. So you can just have multiple conditions where multiple conditions can be executed in a sequential way. So better like we'll go to some examples so that we can just understand this concept in a easier way. Okay, so same like I have given a pseudocode, we just convert the pseudocode into a program. Okay, so what we are going to do is, we are going to get the score from the user. So you know, like we'll be having a score from 0 to 100. Always our grade will be decided based upon the score whatever we are getting. So here we'll be just getting the input as a score, okay, from 0 to 100, any marks from the user. That is an integer, so we are storing that in integer variable. And now the condition is like, first condition is like, if the score is between 90 to 100, okay, the score can be, it can be between the 90 to 100 or 80 to 90 or 70 to 80. So it can be in any of these conditions. Okay, so nested if what happens, it is completely, the condition is depending on one condition. The condition 1 is true only, the condition 2 will execute. But in else if, it is not like that. So what happen, I'll be having some input, that input can be getting true. Okay, the input, the condition will be like incorporated on that particular input. So the condition will be true on any cases. Okay, so in that we'll be having else if. So here, like for each score range will have a grade. Okay, for if the score is between these range is 90 to 100, then I have to print the grade as A. Okay, like that we'll be like checking with the input, and we'll see that which condition is satisfying on that input. Okay, only then we'll be getting that statement alone. Okay, will be executed. Okay, if not, if you're giving some other invalid number, so I'll be getting a message stating that give a valuable score to get the valuable grade. So this is our pseudocode. We just start to code within an online compiler. So starting with including of header file. So header file, so we always know that we have to use standard input output header file, and then starting with the main function, because your compiler always starts and ends in a main function. So main function, and then what we have to do, so thing is like we have to get the score. So to get this score, we need a variable. Okay, so for that I will be just asking the score to be declared. Okay, so here we will have, so here int score, so this is the variable, which is an integer variable, which is going to take the value of the score from the user and it load into a variable called score. Okay, so now after that I am asking the user to enter the score. So it has to be like given a message to enter the marks or a score. Okay, just write score only, score. You can just mention the values also from 0 to 100. Within this range, they have to give the input. Okay, I'll end up with a semicolon. Next is like after giving this message, the user will know that they have to give the number either between 0 to 100. So once the value is given, okay, you have to take that and scan it and load into a variable called score. As the value is as integer, we have to use format specifier %d, comma, as scanf is a postmaster, get into the address, then variable is score. Okay, in the address of score variable we are going to load the value. So once you got the value in the score, now we are checking the conditions. If my score, okay, what does the pseudocode says? If the score is between 90 to 100, because between 90 to 100 means nothing but it has to satisfy the condition, the score should be greater than or equal to 90 and it should be less than or equal to 100. Okay, okay, the score should be greater than equal to 90. Okay, and okay, in this case we have to give the logical and to say that I need to satisfy both the condition should be true. Okay, so for that I have to use true ampersand. This is nothing but logical and means that the value should be between, which means that it has to satisfy this condition as well as this condition. Okay, it should be within the range of 90 to 100, should be greater than, the value should be greater than equal to 90 and also it should be less than equal to 100. Okay, that is and logical and means that condition, this is a think that this is a condition A and this is a condition B, both the conditions should be true, only then this overall condition will be considered as a true and this statement will get executed. If one condition is true, the other condition is false, now it won't get executed. Okay, see that the value of the score is matching with or it is satisfying both the conditions. Okay, so here when the score is between 90 to 100, what I have to print? I have to print as A grade. Okay, grade A, something like that. So we'll be just having a printf. So here printf, I'll just print it, that's it. I'm not going to do anything. So I'll just print grade A, that's it. Okay, I'll just put in a new line so that it just go to the new line part. Okay, so now the score can be not only from 90 to 100, it can be any values from 0 to 100, right? So we have other condition also. What is the other condition? 80 to 90, it can be 80 to 90 also. In that case I am giving else if. So else if is nothing but the condition, if the value is not satisfying with this condition, I have the other condition. Okay, see that your value is satisfying this condition. Okay, else if the score, the same thing, you can copy and you can paste it. Okay, what is the range we have given? The value is between 80 to 90, which means that it should be greater than 80 and less than 90. If this is the case, what I have to do? I have to print what? I have to print grade B. Okay, same thing, can copy it and just paste it. Okay, grade B. So again, what is the next thing? If the score is between, okay, so in this case again we have one more thing. So where I can have another condition, else if, you can just copy. So I am having several conditions. The value entered by the user can meet out any conditions. Okay, else if the score is 70 to 80, so greater than 70 and less than 80, then the grade should be C. Okay, like this you can just give several conditions or multiple conditions. So same thing, you can copy again, you paste it. So it can be like I'll just give 50 to 70. Okay, 52. I have like up to 70 have reached now. So it can be up to 60. Okay, so in this case I'll just print grade D, and we have another conditions also. So else if the score is less than 50, okay, so we always know that whatever score we are getting less than 50, it is considered to be fail. Less than 50, so the grade will be fail. I'll just give fail, that's it. Okay, so we can just give better luck next time, something like that. Okay, so what if the user by mistake they have given some other number out of 100, maybe negative number? In that case I can give what? I can give, we can give that else. Finally we can just end up with the else case. What if the given value is not matching with any conditions, not satisfying any conditions? In that case I'll be giving a else part. Okay, so in this case I'll just give a message for else. So else, so if all the conditions are getting failed for that particular input, okay, then it comes here. Printf, give the valid, I can just give invalid score to be given as an single thing. Invalid score. Okay, so give a valid input. Okay, give a valid score between 0 to 100. Okay, so this is a message the user will get, so that the user understand that they have to give a proper input to get the program to work. Okay, so what we did, we have just declare a variable, a score variable, to receive the score, and then we have asked the user to give the input. Once the input is given, the input is checking with multiple conditions, so whichever condition is satisfying, that output, that body will be executed. Okay, so each conditions will be checked sequentially. For example, if my grade is 40, okay, does not go directly to the else if of less than 50. Okay, just check this condition first. Okay, so 40 is greater than equal to 90, the condition is fail, so just go to the else if condition, again comes here, again 40 greater than 80, no, it is not true, again it just go down to the third else if, so again it is testing here, so 40 greater than 70, no, it is not true, again it is coming here, it's coming and testing this else if, so 40 greater than equal to 50, again this is also not true, and it is coming here, so 40 less than 50, the condition is true, then it is entering into the body of this else if and printing this message. So here always your input will be traverse throughout the program or throughout the conditions sequentially. That is your the main highlighting of else if. Okay, I can just have multiple conditions for a single input. Okay, so now let's see how the program is getting executed, and we'll just try with all the conditions. Okay, so let's give the input. Once I get this message, which means that I have to give the input, so that input will just load into the score. Yeah, I got the message to enter the score between 0 to 900, 0 to 100. I'll just give 76. Okay, my mark is 76. So in this case the 76 is given here, so this condition is not true, it just go here, again 76 greater than equal to 80, no, it is not true, again it come down and just check it here, 76 greater than equal to 70, the condition is true, so it is entering inside and just printing up this particular message. So I got the message grade C. Okay, I'll just try to give some other input, like I'll just give 10, so which means that I should get output as fail, so I got it, so fail, better luck next time. So this is a message I have given when my score is less than 50. Okay, so my 10 is less than 50, the condition is true, so hence this statement will get executed. So all the condition is false, so that's why we didn't execute all these statement messages. Okay, so never enters into the body, only this condition is satisfying this input, so only we executed only this body thing. Okay, so what if we have given some other number? So let's give minus 90. So by mistake, instead of 90 I have given minus 90, so in that case what is the output will get? So I'll be getting directly going with checking with all the conditions. So I'll just give minus 90. So in this case, So this minus 90 is just loaded here because score value is minus 90 now. So substitute the score value as minus 90 in all the conditions. So this is the first condition is checking executing. So it is minus 90 greater than or equal to 90. The condition is false. It never enters in the body of this if. Okay. So again this condition is fail. Then comes here minus 90 greater than or equal to 80. This condition is also fail. Okay, just go here. Again this condition is also fail. Again goes here. This condition is also fail. Comes here minus 90 less than 50. Okay, in this case will be like this is not a valid number, so we will be getting else part. So all the condition is like it's failed, so it's directly come to the else part. We'll just check the output. So like here we have given less than 15, so minus 90 satisfying this condition also. So what you can do is you can just have again you can give here it should be greater than equal to 0, so that you can just refine your code here. So it should be greater than equal to 0 and it should be less than 50, less than equal to 50. Okay, so if you're giving like this, so because minus 90 is less than equal to 50, less than 50, right, that is also a true condition, that's why we got this message. But we have to still we have to give us precise conditions stating that the score can be above 0. In that case if I'm giving 0 greater than 0 and less than 50, and now I'll try with minus 90 again. So again if you're giving here minus 90 greater than equal to 0, the condition becomes false. Now is directly coming to this message. We'll see that minus 90. Now we got the message invalid score. Okay, before why we got the this particular message now, before the score less than 50 we have given as a general thing. So minus 90 is also satisfying that condition because minus 90 is less than 50. So where which we have to like we have to give a proper range so that we can just give the conditions appropriately and satisfying the the condition and the input. Okay, so this is how we have to work with else if. So else if is like working with multiple conditions where it is executing multiple conditions sequentially. So when we have a multiple conditions on for a single input, then you can try with else if later. Okay, so thank you. If you have any doubt, please ping me in comments. Thank you. Happy learning.